I'm doing it for my daughter.
Oh.
Who's MAGA Mike?
It was trending. I just clicked it.
MAGA Mike.
Don't you like the way Ben Shapiro looks?
Yeah,
like
he looks great.
Lex and Ben, like
looks
the way
awesome.
the way they look and how like they're like trying to look cute.
Yeah.
It's so awesome to
Yeah.
see guys do that.
Look at his go up to the profile picture. Look at that, Charles.
Oh my God, where's the phylactery? What a king he is. Even on Facebook, I knew he was going to be a big bug years ago.
He should change the yarmulke to a crown.
The Burger King crown.
Wow, I'm so glad I don't have to engage with.
Hey, there's one other concern that has now been
his voice?
raised to the fore. This is the concern on the part of some people on the right. And
is that a
this the
Neumann
concern.
microphone?
There's some people on the right who I think are being fully disingenuous and who are looking for an excuse to jump right on the same moral equivalency bandwagon as the left. I think there are certainly
really
people like that. We've talked about them on the show before. I'm sure we'll talk about them on the show again. But one of the moves that's being made in order to stifle Israel's response to this is to claim that if Israel does respond, as it has to respond in order to root out Hamas
What's Israel?
entirely, that this will end in World War III. So yesterday, Tucker had on his program a general named Douglas Macgregor. Macgregor has in the past suggested that Jewish money is behind American support for Israel and all the rest. But Macgregor has military expertise. And
he on
is
Sesame Street?
essentially now warning that Armageddon is coming. And his proposed solution would be that
I'm starting to get scared.
Leftist tears.
Armageddon's coming.
Armageddon 2, he meant.
Oh, brother.
Don't worry, Armageddon 2 is coming.
Bring it. Bring it. Bring it. Bring it. Bring it. Bring it.
Can we have to? What is it? We've got to figure out what his audio setup is.
He has a crazy noise gate that I noticed. Like when it goes silent, it's just complete silence.
Yeah,
which sounds bad in my opinion.
sounds bad.
It's
What is that microphone? You might be
able.
able to Google it. He's probably big enough that you could just Google that.
It's a good idea having a laptop in front of you, though. That's kind of good.
Yeah, we definitely need a better setup. I think.
Top of the line.
What's his sister up to?
Getting fucked rotten
Oh my God.
in a sexy
That's a
way.
lav
Porn,
mic.
making porn.
Oh, well, I guess kind of.
Probably.
It's
Hope so.
probably annoying. It's probably some. 2000.
Is it pronounced Neumann?
Aren't censusing?
There's no science or numbers or anything that's not paid for by
Yep.
somebody.
Yep, and I like instantly was like, fuck!
Yeah.
And don't forget, it's like a capital offense to take a census of Jews or Israel or whatever you want to call it. That's
They'll
like
kill you.
punishable by death. They cannot. You're not supposed to take a census of them.
Auto guillotine.
Isn't that weird?
That's
They
funny.
call it the census guillotine.
Yeah. Why?
They're like this. How many?
Because the Holocaust was so they used the census so much for the Holocaust that they can never again
yeah.
do this, Charles.
Nah,
It's tainted.
No.
I get it. Never again. You'll never count us ever again.
No. You're
Count
not
us
gonna
among the living.
you're not gonna assign a number to me. You want to tattoo a barcode on me and chamber me?
Where's
no.
my grandma's shoes?
Where's
Get
my
outta
social
here.
security card? We got barcodes already since the second we're born.
Whoa. Yeah, the stat ride was a fun one.
You know what's funny? I heard in Israel, like
Brasilia.
business owners, they don't hire Jews.
Well, they have Bangladeshis and shit.
Really?
No, they'll hire goys and like just anyone that's not a Jew.
Oh.
If it's a position, if you're hiring somebody for a position where you could potentially steal, they won't hire a Jew.
No way.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how that fight goes down?
Some sort of a middleman thing, like they don't steal from each other or something like that, or I don't know.
No, it's just you. If you were a Jew,
Brasilia.
if you were a
Brasilia.
business, this is a
Brasilia.
person told me this. If you were a
Brasilia.
like business owner in Israel, you wouldn't trust a Jew to like run your shit. Like you wouldn't get some Israeli guy. You'd get like a goy or somebody that's
Is that
not
an Irishman?
something like that.
All the yeah, I know, right? Imagine
Isn't that crazy?
That's that. I guess it should be unsurprising.
so it's like two Jews are talking and they're like, "Man, I kind of ran into some hard times. I lost my job at the bank." And he's like, "Well, I got this mortgage company that I still run. I wish I could help you, Avi, but
yeah. I don't trust you.
I don't trust you as far as I can throw."
Convert
He's like,
to
"Honestly, I wouldn't either, pal. I wouldn't either, man. They call me
Yeah.
Sticky Fingers. I can't help myself. No harm, no problem. It's in our nature, right? You know, you wouldn't hire your black friend to be the father of your kids, right? And he wouldn't take the job even if you offered it to him because he's like water repellent with jobs. He's like Gore-Tex when it comes to being a father. He's like, "What? Take care of my kids? Come on." Man, they're going to live just fine. They're going to be
just
all...
like me.
Freebird. You ever hear that song Freebird, Charles? Man, that's me. When I have kids, Freebird.
Gotta go get cigarettes. Go get milk. Same thing, I guess. I'm out of here. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Dad's running down to the store to get a pack of Cools.
Ooh,
Never coming back.
that's so crazy.
Yeah. That's the
toughest Marine in the world.
The toughest Marine. That was been known as dark lines of coke off HA's bar, Hell's Angel bars.
Oh, Beck? What is it?
Chris Beck.
Chris Beck.
But there's another that guy, the guy who's interviewing Chris Beck all the time.
Hold up, is he the guy? Is he the guy that said Ben Shapiro would be leaving in a hospital, in an ambulance?
That's right.
Is he really?
Yep.
Oh no! Oh wow! I remember this from back in the day. This was years ago.
They used him. Then he said he was mental. I think that's one of the most important interviews in history.
I can't believe that that's the same guy. That's wild.
It's full circle.
So they got him a personal trainer?
Yeah, they got him a personal
Courtesy of the military?
They got him a personal trainer. Yo!
Good try.
Oh.
You have to bifurcate it. Did you thing you can do? I've been overseas. I've flown a helicopter
Boy.
mission.
Is this the
surveillance
GameStop
missions,
guy?
I've been shot, stabbed.
That's not
Being
him.
brave is being yourself, and being transgender is about the bravest thing you can do. Did she deserve the award? Yes.
Why are we mainstreaming delusion?
It's not delusion.
Why would you call it delusion?
Because Bruce Caitlyn Jenner, I'll call him Caitlyn
Is that
Jenner.
sex
It's
guy?
her. You're not being polite to the pronouns.
Because
disrespectful.
Okay,
Red
forget
Sox
about
hat.
the disrespect.
That's a
Facts don't
Chicago
care about
White
it.
Sox.
I love her
It
voice.
turns out that every chromosome, every cell
Imagine
in
that.
Caitlyn Jenner's body is male with the exception of some of his sperm cells. It turns out that
We have
his
a
brain
doctor
structure
here.
is male.
Wait, I need
It turns out that he's still
syndrome. So you don't know what you're talking about. You're not educated on
Would you
genetics.
like to discuss the genetics or no?
Well,
He's
no,
touching him?
genetics.
He's putting his
So
hands
let's
on
stay away
him?
from the genetics and back to the brain scans.
You cut that out now, or you'll go home in an ambulance.
Yeah, that seems mildly inappropriate for a political discussion.
No, I know. Well, but wait, to be fair,
Damn, I love this.
But to be fair,
Hit pause. Ben Shapiro should have hit that guy.
Yeah, why didn't he elbow him in the throat
Yeah.
after doing that?
Yeah,
You
that's
can't
like
tell somebody.
That is a death threat?
That's a threat. That's a
Oh,
He
yeah.
put his hands on you. Why didn't he put an elbow in his eye socket?
Scroll
He
down.
crazy.
He should've shot him with his nerve
Chris? Is that Chris Beck? Is that
No,
the
that's not
actual-
him.
That's not the guy.
Nope, 100%
Okay.
sure.
is that the GameStop it's ma'am guy? It's
No.
Couldn't be. Hell
No.
no.
That guy doesn't look like he'd freak out like
But
that.
who the hell is that? Has this person made more apperances? Does it say in the
Chris-
lower third?
Sorry, Chris Beck has made more appearance. Chris Beck has been on talk shows as a transgender before. Not that one, though.
Yeah.
what Zoe
Okay.
maybe?
All right.
Fuck.
Anyway, back to Chris Beck.
Chris Beck. So the guy who interviews Chris
Love
Beck. So
that.
the Chris Beck interview.
So good.
It's with that. Who's that? Do you know who that guy is? That soldier. That's
How to win in a bar fight, according to retired Navy SEAL Kristen Beck.
Whoa!
What the fuck?
Wait
a minute, is it Chris Beck?
Tip number one is you want to get some distance. Here, don't do this. Do karate chopping kicks.
That is him.
You don't want to do that because the kicks don't really work. Here's another very important tip. Don't hit anybody on the head with a beer bottle because you're going to end up in jail. It's a deadly weapon. Not cool. You're in a bar and it's super crowded and we're bumping into everybody and it starts getting really bad. Well, the tough guys, they're going to clench up and look how big and do like this, right? Well, they're not going to be able to throw a punch because you got to be loose. You got to be limber. So for me, what I want to do is do like this. I'm going to be up a little bit higher like this, open hands. I'm going to give them a slap. You can go whack real fast. So real tight like that. And you go, slow big guy. But for me, whack, whack, whack. Right? Whack. Okay. Earbox. Bam. This guy's down. So this is Kirsten Beck reminding you, don't get into fights. Get away from the situation and be aware.
That is. I'm
Is that
sorry.
UHF?
That's like me if I went up if I turned into a girl at 45.
What are you talking about, Chris? I take a phone apart. I build underwater submarine.
It's enough to make you lose your mind.
6 miles. I can make an underwater submarine go 6 miles.
And why didn't Ben just leave in the hospital? He's like, you know what? I'm calling an ambulance. You know, we need an ambulance.
It is an interesting phenomenon.
Want to be? I'm not. Being a tough guy is fucking gay.
People need to know
Some people need to know
what the fuck.
Tell them.
Yeah.
I like that. Like
Once in a while.
Once in a while, like
If it overpowers you to the point where you like physically think that you need to say it,
yeah,
it probably is true.
right. Like if you're like, I can't be fake.
I
with this
can't
kid.
hold it anymore.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
like sit here and be like, oh, I'm really happy you're doing well. Like, no, you're not. You watch my kid die of cancer.
You should try to hold it in, but if you can't hold it anymore, then it's got to be said.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah.
And I love it. And I was like, you know what? I hope more people get to experience that and like don't get to. And I know in the corporate world you just go right to HR and they just be like, you called him a. I'm like, yeah, I did.
All right. Damn. All right, it's time to pack up.
Those long boys.
All right. Oh, we forgot our intro song. Damn it.
You can play in this edit.
You put it in the edit? What was that noise? Joey, find out what that was.
It's Ben Shapiro. I'll send you home in an ambulance.
Yeah.
What's that? Sorry.
Let's watch that.
I just have to. We can leave it. I just have to see. I love thinking about Ben. I've been looking at it and thinking like Ben Shapiro talk.
Ben Shapiro's fascinating.
Or you'll go home in an ambulance.
Yeah, that seems mildly inappropriate for a political discussion. And said, if you don't cut that out, I'll send you home in an ambulance. To which I have to say, my first mental response was, that doesn't even make sense. You don't go home in an ambulance. But
why did you say that? You should have said that.
Why did you say that? You cut that out now, or you'll go home in an ambulance.
Who's that guy? Oh my God!
If you don't cut that out, I'll send you home in an ambulance.
Was he doing the biology?
Yeah.
And male penises?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's so awesome. I'm just thinking of tough, Ben Shapiro walking around mad tough with his yarmulke on, just fucking talking shit. I'll send you home in it. That's so awesome.
That's what you thought it was.
I thought it was him being tough and
I'll send you home in it.
Fuck.
Oh man, crazy. Okay.
Perfect Guy Life.
Goodbye.
Who's an op by design versus just by the slot that they fit into? Bill Burr, I would say Bill Burr is he's like a pressure release valve for regular people, and he's like a fence sitter. He's a guy that will never say anything. He'll never say anything of substance.
He'll soften it.
But his way of just sort of jujitsu, taking the average person's suspicion that life is that we're living in a time where there's just improper things going on, taking that and directing it towards Arby's for not giving him enough ice in his drink.
Yeah, he'll just say,
whatever
fuck
stupid-
you.
Yeah.
He'll just say that. What about Dave Chappelle?
The thing you said, you did an impression of him that was perfect, that totally encapsulates his entire career in one statement, which is, I was the other day, I tried to decide if I should get the burger or the sandwich. I got the sandwich. I should have gotten the burger.
Yeah, they make murder needles?
Oh, yeah, you can murder needle.
Where?
Pfizer makes them.
What about that guy Watson, the guy who made the What is a Woman documentary? That guy? What's his name?
Oh, Matt
Walsh.
Matt Walsh.
Matt
is that him?
Walsh.
Oh,
Yeah.
Matt Walsh.
He's.
I mean, all the right wing stuff that's pro-Israel. Is he on with the Ben Shapiro thing?
Yeah, he's like.
That's what you would do. Is you would target the stuff that's obviously the bathroom stuff and the drag queen shows, and then you'd ignore the source of the problem.
Yeah,
is how you would do it. So yeah, those people. But I don't know how much of it is by design versus how much of it. Well, I guess they probably get money. They get money from who? Ben Shapiro.
Yeah,
he's the $100 million sort of linchpin of that organization.
Make sure you don't bring it up.
Yeah.
Make sure you don't bring this up.
I would say I'd say they're all ops. I just give it a blanket, a nice warm blanket. I say they're all ops. Ben Shapiro watching the Barbie movie.
Yeah, I don't know where you'd call it an op though versus just anybody who's in an organization is going to have shackles on and
but a convenient plan,
parroting.
Like a coordinated softening and watering of controversy is a campaign of warfare.
But I think that's pervasive. I think that's almost everywhere.
Yeah, it's everywhere because it was very, very orchestrated. But I mean, that's just how it goes.
I don't know if it's very orchestrated though. I think it just might be. I think it's orchestration that happens just based on people.
Planned incompetence in a way.
No, but it's just people it's their genetic. Their genetics playing themselves out. If you're a member of a group that has a very high in-group preference, that's how the orchestration happens. I think
by skin.
by something like that. Yeah.
There's many different ways to do it, and it's been happening for a couple hundred years. I don't know how long we are right now. 200 years in.
Well, media interface would be a modern weapon.
Yep.
So media interface and its organizational weaponry would have to be like a 50 to 70-year-old thing, whether we you know what I mean?
Well, civilization ended with the invention of the printing press. That's when you could not come back from it, no matter what. There's no coming back from it, even then. No coming back.